Hey there YouTube, it's Aaron here again with another A5 upgrade video. Now, having said another upgrade video, this is probably going to be one of the last because at this point I really can't see there being too much more to do to this thing. Unless you're thinking about maybe a aluminum power tube, a bolt, uh, a low pressure kit. A low pressure kit sounds really cool, but I've never ever been able to get my hands on one, and I honestly don't think they sell them anymore. And I hear with the low pressure kits, you have more problems than you do progress. So Tippmann decided to completely shut that down and discontinue that product. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Cyclone. Um, just recently, I had taken my this gun to a field and tried to have a good day. So I don't know what the hell was going on. There was some sort of a malfunction or issue with the Cyclone. At least I think it was the Cyclone. Okay, I spent half of my day there sitting out and stripping apart the Cyclone and trying to figure out what the fuck it was. Okay, so what was happening is the Cyclone, every time you fired, it would cycle, it would spin, but however, it would overspin just a touch, leaving the breech wide open so the ball was able to roll in and out. Okay, so I know when I first started my first game, I was stacked up, and as soon as the buzzer went off, gun was up, I got maybe 3 rounds out, and after that was it was just terrible, and I couldn't fucking figure it out. So, like I said, I did get it fixed. So, I'm not exactly sure what it was. I think it was just a lack of oil or something in there, because I did oil it. I did wipe everything down and clean it. It looked really good in there. It was really clean. I didn't see any dirt. I didn't see anything, any paint. So, okay, maybe just a really bad case of paint. That could have been the case, but however, how would you guys like to just make your marker just a touch more reliable and not have to worry about the bullshit of the Cyclone? If you can see where I'm going and catch my drift. So I'm going to air it up, and I'm going to show you guys, okay, that, cock it first. Air it up. I'll show you that the Cyclone does work before we do anything else. I want to show you at least that. Okay, so we'll flip that to semi-automatic, and here we go. Okay, that is weird. I don't know why it's skipping like that. Might have to raise my deep bounce a little bit. I think that's a little bit of the issue for that. Or I might have a little bit of oil on my sear. And that also does promote slippage. So I'm gonna have to check that out and probably wipe that oil off of there, because like I did take my entire gun apart and give it a really good cleaning and an oiling. And I kind of did tinker around with my deep bounce just a little bit, just to kind of get my trigger set the way I like it. But I think it's just a little too low now. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get going. I have here today the Python Helix Feedneck system for this gun. So now the Cyclone comes off. This goes on, and you could throw a rotor. You could throw any type of electrical feed hopper. Force feed is probably the most reliable, but sound DAC, we're gonna try that because I have here my old upgraded Halo V32 or V35. Okay, so it's pretty much the equivalent of the Halo 2. Pretty much is a Halo 2, but it was just upgraded a long time ago. So let's take the tank off, and we'll set that aside. Okay, so you guys did see the Cyclone work, so that just goes to show that there is nothing actually physically wrong with the cyclone or anything at all. So we could just continue there. So the cyclone does work. I'm not changing this because I feel like I have to. I'm doing it because I kind of want to. I love the feeling in the back of my mind that I have reliability here somewhere. And I'm not just relying on the cyclone and praying to God before I get out to the field. Oh, I hope you work good. I hope you work good. I hope you work good today. Well, that's all going to disappear today once we get this installed. So, let's go on. So this came in from tippmannparts.com just yesterday. Okay, so this is say it's about a $67 Feedneck. Okay, so it looks like this top part here, I don't know if you can see that, from here and above looks like it is aluminum. Okay, so you got yourself a nice little, right, a twist and tighten Feedneck, which is really sweet. And you got your little adjuster knob on here for changing the hopper size. Okay, and the rest of the body, well, it looks like it's just a really well screen printed piece of plastic. And this one also comes with that little slot for the hook, so you don't have to bust your hook off to put this on. So it's a direct replacement for your cyclone. So you just take the cyclone off and you put this in. So set that aside. In your spares bag, you got looks like a couple tools and some hardware. All right, so the Allen keys are likely for, well, taking off the cyclone and putting this on. Comes with a I guess a spare screw for this. Your current cyclone screw should work. If not, then use the one that's provided. This piece here is for the Phenom. So this is what you use as a plug to put into the side of the gun where your cyclone hose would go. So this just acts as a little plug. It's got a little seal at the end there, so you don't have to worry about leakage. All right. And of course, the little plug. So once we remove our banjo fitting from the side, we're gonna have to put this in. All right, so this particular Feedneck is for the A5, X7, and X7 Phenom, just like I mentioned there. So, I don't know, I gotta say, this is probably gonna be one of the best upgrades I put on this thing. So let's get to it. All right, so we're gonna actually grab a little screwdriver, and then we're going to remove the banjo fitting from the side here. All right, so we'll just undo that. All right, so now that that's been unscrewed, we'll grab our Allen key, and then we will completely remove the cyclone. Okay. All right. And the cyclone pops off. There you go. So we can just take that, put that away, set it aside, do what you gotta do. Okay? So, like I said, you don't have to remove that hook. I know that in the past there was a couple of other hoppers you can go out and buy that required you to break that off. I think it was the rip clip if you did that, or I think it was a Q loader. Yeah. But I've never really ventured into the Q loader. I just noticed that they were just a big pain in the ass by the looks of it. So all we do, we take your Feedneck system and you slide that over the side, and look at that, voila, she goes on. We will take our screw, put that in, tighten her back down. Very simple, done. Now we'll just take that little black plug. Okay, so that prevents any pressure that is being released by the power tube to feed the Cyclone is no longer going to have to do that because, well, we got a plug for that now. So, and these little plastic plugs are threaded. I don't know if you can see that. They are sort of threaded, but all you do is you just take that, turn that in there, take your screwdriver, make sure you do not over tighten these. Do not reef them, okay? Because they are only plastic and you do not need to over tighten them. You just tighten it very little and you leave it alone. That's it. You're done. And that is it for the installation of this. And honestly, man, look at that. That is so much thinner. And honestly, I feel that I could look down the side of the gun a lot better because the Cyclone doesn't stick all the way the fuck out to here. It's a lot thinner, and I've already noticed I've dropped quite a bit of weight. So, holy shit, man. I'm actually quite impressed. So yeah, let's try loading up a hopper. So I got my V35. We're gonna slip that on there. Bam. There you go, man. Okay, now, this kind of hopper, seeing it's very old, very big, very boxy, it's very heavy too. So I'd recommend probably a rotor, maybe the new Virtue Spires. What else is out there nowadays? There's a lot. But I know that the Z2 Prophecies are really good. The rotors are really good. The Spires are really good. So anything that's lighter weight than a V35, go for it. Because this, holy shit, man. Full of paint plus a tank on it, I couldn't imagine how much weight this would be. But that's on me. I have to upgrade my, right? But obviously, this right now is already the better option. It's now going to be, this is a sound activated hopper, so I'm not sure how it's going to do. I got the sound sensitivity and the speed setting on this at 5, and so it should keep up with the gun quite well. So I'm going to run out and we're going to get some air today at my local shop, and we're going to come back and shoot it, and we're going to give you guys a little bit of a show. And in the meantime, I'm going to take care of that little bit of debounce problem that you guys just saw. Just raise my debounce by 1 or 2 milliseconds, and that should take care of it. Other than that, that's everything. And that was a really quick and simple, easy installation. It was painless, and this should work. This should be one hell of a shooter now. So if I'm still breaking paint, it's the fucking paint. Guaranteed. If I'm not breaking paint, then it was just the Cyclone. But as we saw, the Cyclone cycled properly and it didn't have any issues there before we switched up. So, you know, we gotta kind of rule out all the possibilities here of what the problem could be. But I think it just boils down to basic paint. But yeah. So that is the video for today. And like I said, this will probably be the last upgrade video I'm going to be doing for a while on this gun, just because, honestly, I don't really see much more to this to be done, other than the fact that there's the possible idea of an aluminum power tube or a new rubber tip bolt, which, hey, a rubber tip bolt I am looking for. I'm trying to find something like that, but I haven't come through on that yet. But otherwise, yeah, this thing looks really cool. I kind of like it. And we're going to try this out later. All right, guys. Have a good day. And stay tuned. Like, hit the subscribe button at the bottom if you're a big Tippmann whore. And tell your buddies about this channel. If you guys have buddies with Tippmann A5s that like to do a little bit of upgrades to their gun, you know, you could show them the videos that we've done. The videos that I provided online are let's say, the most cost effective to upgrading your gun, keeping it the cost as low as possible for the avid baller. I know how it is when it comes to playing paintball and buying upgrades and paint and etc. all at the same time. It does get pricey, but over a short period of time, a couple upgrades here and there do tend to make the difference. And it all depends on what upgrades you bought and where you're putting them. So, and at what time. That all does tend to matter. So, other than that, guys, stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be a nice shooting video. So we're going to be doing a semi-automatic and a auto response, because that's the only two modes I use on my stock board here, semi-automatic and auto response, and both of them happen to be uncapped, so it just makes it even better. All right, guys, have yourself a good day. Stay tuned. Cheers.